we definitely have flowcharts to do. That's the thing we need to practice the most. But we're also doing some algebra. Okay. Now, part of this is understanding what these tick marks mean. So do you guys understand what the tick marks mean here? Equal sides, right? Okay. So in this problem, this triangle is called isosceles. And isosceles has two equal sides. Okay, and you can tell that from the picture. It's got the tick marks, it's got the 40-degree angles at the bottom. And what you can do because of that is you can equal values method the algebra. So this is basically just like equal values method. Because those have the tick marks on them, that means they're equal to each other. And then just solve for x. Okay, now if I wanted to find the actual length of the sides, what would I do with the 5.5? Plug it in. Okay, which one should I plug it into? Either one, right? Either one or both. They should check. They should match. I'm just going to do the 5x plus 2 because I'm lazy. Okay, any questions about A? So if things have tick marks next to them indicating they're equal, then you can do equal values and equal them to each other. Any questions about that? Okay, now let's move on to B. This is going to be a blast from 8th grade or maybe August of this year. What is the vocab word for this angle's relationship to that angle? And I'll actually accept two answers. Anyone want to take a Sam note? Oh, yeah, Amara. What? Well, I'm talking about the angles. So I want to know. Nope, not. Oh, close. It's not alternate exterior. It's same side exterior. These are called same side. You got yourselves there though. Like you're doing it. It was happening. Okay. Now, your tendency is going to be, oh, Mrs. Talbot said that we could equal them to each other. No, absolutely not. Okay, this one is obtuse and this one is acute. Those are definitely not equal to each other. You can also tell because this one has one arc and this one has two, which meaning they're not the same. Yes. Yes. Okay. The other vocabulary word I was going to accept was supplementary. Supplementary angles add to 180. Okay, so 7x plus 3 plus 4x plus 12 equals 180. This should sort of feel like when you guys do the three angles in a triangle. Okay, 7x plus 4x is 11x. 3 plus 12 is 15. Is this going to be gross? Oh, it's not. Okay, so now I'm going to plug it in. What? I know. I'm so excited. Okay, so 7 times 15 plus 3. So this one would be 108. And this one would be 72. All right. Now, C, I have to admit, is a bit spicy. Um, it's going to take us a few steps. There's not really any algebra involved here in this one. This is more just subtraction, which is great. But okay, I have a question for you. If this is 140 right here, what's this? Excellent. Okay. Now, what is the vocabulary word between those two? It starts with a C. Corresponding. Thank you. Okay. Now, second step. If this is 140, what's this? 40. What is the vocab word between these two? Yes. Okay, now I have three angles in a triangle. So I'm going to do 180 minus 110 minus 40. And what is adding three angles in a triangle called? Nice. Okay, now I would like you to draw this, please. And leave a bunch of room. We're going to do a flow chart here. Flowcharts are really what we need the most practice with. I'm pretty sure that you guys can do some algebra for me, but flowcharts, spicy. Okay, now this is awkward, but I want you to slide your notebook off to the side. This is a very spicy flow chart. I do not want to start our day with flow charts with this one. This one is too spicy. I just want to end with this one. So if you could just draw this lovely, beautiful thing and then just slide your notebook over for a moment and grab your packet. We need to ease ourselves in to the pool of flow charts. You don't need to dive in head first here, Mrs. Salvett. Yes. Okay. I highly suggest you get your pink sheet out. Okay, but first, find these two warm-ups. Oh, snap, Mrs. Talbot, you're just all over the place today. But I promise you, there's a method to the madness over here. Okay, solve each system by graphing. I'm going to graph the top one. Y equals 1/3 x plus 4. Start with the plus 4 and go up 4 and make a dot. Slope is 1/3, so that's up 1 over 3. And then backtrack it, down 1, back 3. Okay, second line. Start with the -4, down 4, make a dot. And this one, the slope is -7/3. You're supposed to go down 7 over 3, but we can't. We're way off the graph. So what do we do instead? Up 7, back 3. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. It's like they set it up for us because they did. Okay, final answer is the coordinate where they cross -3, 3. Okay, 23. Solve each system by substitution. Put a box around this and plug it in for y in the other equation. So 24x plus 3. And then y is going to become what's in the box. Equals -30. Distribute. Oh man. Can you guys tell that this is one of the special cases? Because these cancel and I have -30 equals -30. Because they're equal, it's infinite solutions, and that means that they are the same line. Okay. Now, if you could find the resource page that we're going to work on today, it's the one that says 76 at the top. I want you guys to locate this problem, please. Hmm. Okay, this particular problem is a regular, easy one. It just has the three bubbles and a final answer. Can you guys see anything on the diagram that we're allowed to mark? You can only mark two different things. Amara, honey? Reflexive, yeah. And how many tick marks should I put on that reflexive side? 3, because the ones are already taken and the twos are already taken. Okay, now taking a look at this picture, which one of the triangle congruences is this? Side, side, side. Okay, great. Okay, now let's start with the ones that have one tick mark on them. How many letters do I use for a side? 2. And this one is going to be RF is congruent to RM. So I have R to F is congruent to RM. And that was marked on the page when I got to the problem, so that's given. Okay, does anyone want to give me a guess for what the letters should be for the sides that have 2 tick marks? Landon? Okay, I love it. I'm going to say FC is congruent to, and then I'm going to say MC, not CM. And the reason is because I'm just trying to go in the same order on the triangle. And that one is also given because the marks were there. Yep. So you could do MC is congruent to FC, or you could do CF is congruent to CM, just as long as it's in the same order. Okay, now this last one, CR is congruent to RC, reflexive. Great job. Okay, now on the top triangle, I'm going to go alphabetical order, C, F, R. What would be the order on the bottom triangle then? Yep. Okay, I want you guys to take a look at everything that is here. Do you notice that there's stuff in each of the bubbles? And do you notice that there's reason outside the bubbles? And the final answer, which I noted up there, I put at the bottom of the problem. On a lot of your quizzes, you guys had bubbles with no reasons. And some of you guys didn't put the final answer. So on the quiz, each one of these was worth 1 point. This is half, 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 half. That's where the 4 points came from. So if you only had the stuff in the bubbles, then you -2 because you didn't have the reasons. Now, on this particular quiz, if the one that we just took, if you had like side, side, side up there and not down here, I just put an arrow, but from now on, you should put it at the bottom. Okay, so each bubble needs to have a reason. Okay, now if you guys could scroll your paper up to this one. Do you see anything that I can add to the diagram? Can't assume a right angle. Reflexive. Okay. What do you notice about this one? That's true. Sometimes they do that. That's just showing that this one has one mark and this one has one mark, so they're equal. Yes, Landon? There is. Beautiful. Okay, what else? I'm looking for somebody to analyze this picture. Yes. Right, which we don't have. SSA is not a congruence theorem. Also, notice the sides don't line up. In this picture, the angle is next to the 2 mark one. In this picture, the angle is next to the 1 mark one. Okay, so, but side, side. Okay, now scoot your paper on over to C. What can we mark on this one? Vertical. And I'm going to put 2 marks because this one already has 1. Okay, now, Evan, what were you going to say? It's angle, angle, angle. And is that a congruence theorem? No. Okay, I'm sorry. I love you all, but I have gotten rid of all the easy ones. Okay, we have 3 to do. A, E, and the one that's back on our notebook. So, brace yourself for spicy flowchart. Oh, awesome. Okay, now I'm going to give you a hint on this one. Okay, so here's the way the picture should look. And the first thing that I notice is that this one's got arrows on it. And Mrs. Talbot told me that whenever they have arrows on them, I need to go to this box on my pink sheet. Yes, okay. So what we're gonna do is, do you guys see this part right here? We're gonna take that and put that in this part right here where the extra bubble is. Because when it's parallel, it requires an extra bubble. Okay, so in this picture, it says WX is parallel to YZ. On my picture, I have AB is parallel to CD. Okay, now I have to mark the alternate interiors, and they're right here and here. So for the second part of my bubble, I need to name the two alternate interiors. Okay, so the top one is angle BAC, and the bottom one is angle DCA. BAC, DCA, yes. So do you guys see how I found the arrows? I realized that that was going to require me an extra bubble. So I took these two and sort of copied them over into this, just switching up the letters. Okay. Now I have some other stuff. I noticed that there's tick marks on the top and bottom of this also. So I can say the side AB is congruent to the side CD by given. And that is because of this and that. And this is because of this and this. So I really want to be clear. The arrows mean parallel. The tick marks mean congruent. Okay, there's one more thing on this picture. Yes. Yes, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go up here, my reflexive deal. Make two marks in that because the one's already taken. AC is congruent to CA. By reflexive property. Okay, now on the top triangle, I'm going to go alphabetical order A, B, C. A, B, C would be C, D, A on the bottom triangle. And which congruence is this? What? Well, A on the top triangle has the mark in it. So you should have that same spot with the mark in it on the bottom triangle. So I went basically mark in the angle, nothing against the triangle here. So I went like that. Okay, but which one of the congruences is this? Side angle side. Okay, two more spicy problems. Okay, also, can you guys tell that this is a rotation? Can you see the rotation here? I am going ahead because down at the bottom for number 77, it says go back to the ones that you do flowcharts for and put the transformation. Okay, so if this is rotation, what's this one here? Good. Look at us. We're killing like several birds with one stone here, which is kind of a weird saying now that I think about it. Okay, anyway. Okay. Last spicy one. Second to last spicy one. Yes. Yes, beautiful. Okay, so mark the reflexive. You can put one mark in there. What else do you notice about this problem? I heard it. Parallel. Okay, so when I see that parallel, I'm like, oh, cripes. That means that I need an extra bubble. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to that box with the parallel here. And I'm gonna copy these two bubbles into these two bubbles. So this is the one that requires my extra. So A, B is parallel to CD. And there are my alternate interiors. Angle ABD is congruent to angle CDB. ABDCD. Okay, now I'm gonna do the reflexive. And what else do we have in this problem? There's something we didn't use yet. We used the reflexive, we used the parallel. What else? There's one more thing marked on there. Well, A, B, and C, D we did. That's the parallel. We didn't do these though yet. Angle A is congruent to angle C because that was already marked when we got there. Okay. Alphabetical order on the first triangle, A, B, D, C, D, B. Now here's the next hard question. Which one of the congruences is this? Correct. Angle, side. And which one of the transformations is this? I'm looking for either reflection, rotation, or translation. Rotation. Okay, now we're done with the resource page. Scooch that back over and then go back to your notebook. Alrighty, here we go. Spiciest one yet. Okay, hopefully you're ready for some ghost pepper level spice. Okay, I know it's rough. Okay, so see the word midpoint. When I have the word midpoint, I get out my pink paper and I find the box that has midpoint in it. And my goal here is going to be to copy these two bubbles into these two bubbles. Okay, now why does mine have two extra? Because it says it's the midpoint of AC and BD, so I'm going to have to copy twice. Oh, great. Okay, so this one says M is the midpoint of AB given. So we're going to say in really tiny writing, E is the midpoint of AC. We're just going to do the first one only. E is the midpoint of AC. Man, I crammed that in there. Okay, now I'm going to go back and mark up the picture. If E is the midpoint of AC, that means that those pieces are equal because it's the middle. And now I'm going to copy this bubble. This said AM is congruent to BM by definition of midpoint. So I'm going to put AE is congruent to CE by definition of midpoint. And I'm going to put def of midpoint because I'm saving room. Okay, so I copied E is the midpoint of AC into this bubble with given. Then I marked up the picture. Then I said AE is congruent to CE by definition of midpoint. Okay, now I'm going to go again over here. E is the midpoint of BD given. And when I come back over here and mark my picture, I'm going to use two marks because the one's already taken. And this one will be BE. And this one will be DE. By definition of midpoint. Okay. Now, what else is on this picture? Vertical angles. Angle AEB is congruent to angle CED. And if you need an example of that, it's right here. Okay, almost done. Which one of the congruences is this? Side angle side. Okay. Last thing, alphabetical order, A, B, E, Abe. I like Abe. E. So that would be, yeah, I'm silly. So that would be C, D, E, correct? Does anyone want to check me here? A, B, E, C, D, E, yeah, okay. Well, even though I make mistakes, I think I got it. Okay, now, can you guys find your stamp sheet side? Let's see what the homework is. Chapter 9, something. It is, yeah, 78 to 82.